Well, hello everybody.
Hello.
If you've watched the last video that we put out, you will know that Jasmine is going in
Yes.
for a bit of a bit of repair, really.
Yes.
So I thought I'd just go through, as some of you have asked questions about, various bits. I thought I'd just go through some of the things, and I've got a list of them here in front of me, that we're having repaired on our snagging list. But I think you've got something to say first, haven't you?
I find it very, very stressful that we've got to move everything out of this van into the awning for a whole week and then just move things back into the new van while they take us away. And I feel sad that Jasmine's going for a week. It's very, very stressful. And some things I guess maybe we'll leave in the van, but it's a worry, isn't it?
Well, I think we'll leave. Yeah,
well, I can't take everything out because it's got everything that we own really in here.
Some of the papers and the manuals for the van we'll leave in the cupboard up there. But
I mean, it's not just like a holiday van. We live in it, so we've got like our passports and all our stuff. It's our life in the van. Our life is in here, and we're working every day. It's not like we've got any days off to do this.
Anyway,
so it's but anyway, it needs to be done, and I think this time next week we'll be very happy. We've got the van back.
Very much. Well,
I think how long will it be? A week, won't it? I think
it'll be a week. Yeah.
So we won't have it back Monday.
It's going on Monday.
Yeah.
And they're going to have it for a week. So maybe they'll bring it back on Monday the 22nd.
But they could phone up and say, "Oh, it's not done." Yeah.
Well, they better not, because I'll be quite annoyed at that point. Anyway.
Not to worry. We won't worry about that. You mustn't worry about things until they happen. I've learnt that.
Well, let's just go through and let you know. This is the list that I've sent to them. No,
because it'll be stressful for Pips as well, won't it? She'll wonder where her home's gone.
Now,
Pips still darling.
They're going to provide us with a loan of a Auto Trail Comanche, which is something that we sort of spoke about getting, but we thought was just not right because it had the tag axle. Anyway, very happy with what we got. But here's the list. So this is the list that they have said, this is Travel World, have said that they're going to fix to our satisfaction. So the awning, the rollout awning, which, for those of you who've been watching for a while, you'll know that we specified, and here's what I've said, the awning that we have actually rejected under the Consumer Protection Act. The awning's in the wrong position. We asked for it to be fitted as far forward in the van as possible. They fitted it as far back as they could. Crazy. And that's simply because their technicians in the workshop were not given the instruction to fit it as far forward as they could by the salesman. So their fault, their problem. I've rejected it. Also, the awning lights, they've run a strip of LED lights underneath the awning, which I ordered. They're just a strip of stick-on weatherproof lights that they've fitted to a switch. But they're peeling off, and they were when we picked it up.
Yeah, I know.
So I've also rejected those under the Consumer Protection Act. So we don't actually own those. Right. And somebody did ask a couple of videos ago, well, a little while ago, why they never saw us using the awning. Well, the awning doesn't belong to us.
No, it doesn't.
It belongs to Travel World. We've rejected it. So under law, they own it. So I've never used it.
No.
I've rolled it out once to see if it would work. Well, actually, I've rolled it out twice. Once when we got it, and then another time just to make sure that it, out of curiosity, really. So we've rolled it out twice, but never really used it because it doesn't belong to us. So the awning needs to be repaired, and we're hoping that they will fit an extra bit of rail to support it and fit a 4.5 metre awning instead of the 4 metre awning, which will solve the problem. Bedroom TV bracket. They specified the wrong TV bracket, which wouldn't work in our van. That's their problem. Although, to fix their problem,
Yes.
they asked us to pay an extra £100. On the day, I was so exasperated that I agreed to pay it. Anyway, I paid the £100, and they still not fitted the blooming TV bracket in the bedroom. And at last visit, they denied knowledge of, the workshop said, oh, we don't know about that. And it'd been on the blooming list since day one. Anyway, that's annoying.
It is so annoying. We've never had a...
So they need to do that, and they've said they'll do that.
All the money we've paid out to them.
We had a external satellite TV input 12-volt socket fitted on the outside, so that we could use a portable satellite dish when necessary. So the TV booster in the cupboard above the bed has an extra cable just waving in mid-air. Now, I would have expected, if we'd asked for the bedroom TV to be fitted, and the external satellite, and the TV in the lounge, that they would have worked out that all the cables need to be fitted and switchable.
Yeah.
I don't think they've done that, so I've asked them to explain how that cable works and how I can use it. So we'll wait for that. There's these Roman blinds, these things up here.
Yeah, they've always been
they've always been a bit messy and horrible.
Tangly. We've never been able to get them to fold nice. They've never worked well, even when we looked at the van, have they?
I've asked them to have a go at those. The fridge.
Yes.
Now, the fridge has shelves in it, and the shelves are clipped in place by little clips underneath, and the clips are held in place by little plugs. Most of the clips are missing, and some of the little holding plugs are missing. So, the fridge shelves are not secured in as they should be.
And you open the fridge door and everything falls out.
That's more about our packing of the fridge and
to open the fridge drawer, the noise is horrendous. It's like grating noise. I'm not pleased with it at all.
The drawer at the bottom is weird.
They should be like shelf protectors along the front. When you get a fridge in a van, it should be like that.
Well, that's what you get in a van, but you don't necessarily get that in here. No, anyway.
Not in here. Anyway, moving on, because it'll be too long, this video, if we keep on talking about things.
The Remus blinds. So we've got interior blinds on the cab doors and the windscreen. And when one of the handles fell off, and we took it back last time, they repaired the handle, like they glued it back on, but they managed to trap two of the crimps, two of the concertina folds of the blind into the handle. So therefore buggering up the blind. So I've asked them to replace that.
That looks awful, yes.
The lounge TV. So the TV in the lounge goes up and down in a sort of cubby hole behind the sofa, just over that way, on a spring-loaded clip. So you press down,
push it down,
you press down on it, and it raises up, and then you press it back down, and it clicks in place, just like it would. But do you know what? It was pretty stiff, and I complained about it last time we were there, and they said, oh, they're all like that. Because Wendy couldn't do it.
No, I couldn't get the telly
and now I can't do it.
No.
And it's jammed down. I can't get the TV out of the cupboard. So they need to replace that. The solar panel, cabling from the solar panel into the roof goes through a sort of conical flange. And that was all loose. All the fixings were loose. And I complained about that last time we went there. And one of their workshop manager, and she climbed up on the roof, got another dollop of Sikaflex, which is the sealant, and jammed it all around the thing, and stopped it from moving, stopped it from being loose. Didn't fix it, just blooming bodged it. So I've asked her to fix that properly. And where they've fitted the solar panel, they've obviously had you know, one of their little workshop monkeys up there marking where it should be with an indelible pen. And I know you can't see it, but I've seen it because I've been up there. And now I'm bloody annoyed that they've been writing L-shaped marks all over the roof of the van, and they haven't removed them. It's just little, you know.
I am.
If somebody came along and just slapped your face lightly every day, every 2 minutes, the light slap around the face is nothing. But you know what? Every 2 minutes, really bloody annoying. And that's what I feel like about that. Then there's the external 12-volt socket, which I've spoken about, which has the satellite input. I asked for a 12-volt socket. So, you know, they provided the 240-volt socket, the satellite input, and the 12-volt socket. But the 12-volt socket they provided is not one that I can use. Nothing that I own, and nothing in the UK, fits it. It's what they call a DIN 12-volt socket, where you have to have an adapter. And I don't mind that, because it all fits neatly within this little bit. But at least provide me with a blooming adapter. And I've asked them to do that. And their workshop blokey, the one that oversees the whole thing, I've forgotten his name at the moment, Eric Baxendale, has said to me last time I was there, oh yes, we've got one of those, I'll go and get it for you. And he never did. So he's promised me one of those, he never delivered. It's a similar story right the way blooming through. Anyway, we have what's called an Electra block, which controls all of our electricity distribution, charging from the engine back through to the leisure batteries, all the solar panel. It's Electra block EBL30. It's a German thing. They work really well, but the electric step that comes down, the lights on the LED lights outside, the step light above the door, and one or two other bits and pieces are all controlled from one maximum 20 amp fuse. I've replaced it at least 6 times. Now, it seems to blow more when I use the step and when it's raining. So I'm wondering, what the hell have they done? Anyway, I've asked them to investigate that. Tell me why it keeps blowing. Anyway, moving on. The kitchen area. Underneath the hob, the cooker hob, there's 2 drawers. And one of them doesn't close. It's not lined up. It's about 1.5 to 2 millimeters out on one edge, but it, you know, 1.5 millimeters. I dare you to put a scalpel blade into your eye. 1.5 millimeters, it'll hurt, and that's what it feels like to me. Anyway, the bedroom.
Oh yeah, we change the sheets. I change the sheets every week, and always when I do that, and I lift up the mattresses, it's always mould under there.
Yeah, we've still got this condensation problem. People have suggested that the seals on the door of the garage might be broken and letting in cold air, which would increase the likelihood of condensation. So I've asked them to check those. I'm unsure about that, and they can check it and they'll probably say, yeah, they're fine. Anyway. And
we've made sure the hot air goes through to it. We've done everything we can.
Well, not everything. We can do more, including slats underneath the mattress, which lots of people have suggested.
But we shouldn't.
Lots of people have suggested it, and insulating the under the roof of the garage and so on. So we'll do that after we get it back. We have had the engine remapped on advice of the dealer. The dealer said, "Do you want the engine remapped?" Yes. Will it invalidate the warranty? No, it won't. It'll be fine. So we had it done on that basis. But we've got no evidence.
No.
No evidence
We don't
and
know
proof.
that it has- no.
We don't know who remapped it. We know we paid money for it,
Yeah, we
like
did.
400 odd quid. We paid money. We have no receipt for that remapping. We don't know what remapping software was used. We don't know who did it, what improvements we should see.
No.
So I've asked them to provide evidence of the engine remap and provide the specification of the differences from the original that can be expected. So, bathroom, toilet and storage. All the handles are not tightened up. So I don't think they did a proper, what they call a PDI, a pre-delivery inspection.
No.
And we know they at least did not do a proper valet, which is all part of the PDI. So they didn't do it.
No,
Like,
they
you know,
didn't.
I think they maybe I had my mug on the way, T-shirt on that day.
The problem was we were under pressure to accept
were,
it because
yeah.
we didn't have anywhere else to go.
No.
It's all a very sad
We
situation.
were under a bit of pressure.
It's
Yeah.
so sad.
Anyway, so
All this money.
there was a scuff mark
Yeah.
on the front fairing on the passenger side. It was only a small mark, but it was a brand new vehicle, shiny, and there was a scuff mark. It wasn't much. So I asked them to explain that and fix it. Two guys came out with spray stuff and rags and they polished it out. But bearing in mind, we'd had the whole vehicle, inside and out, what they call super guarded, which, you know, a lot of you will understand Scotch Guard, protects materials and stuff. But it's like Scotch Guard for cars. And we've had the whole exterior. Now, my question is, to them, is can you please confirm that when you did that, that has not damaged or degraded or removed the SuperGuard coating? Because if it has, they should blooming pay for it to be redone. Right, the roof lining. In the cab, the standard car type or van type roof lining. And when they've been fitting the reversing camera thing, they've obviously run cables. And what they've done is they've obviously had that roof lining out. They've jammed cables in and pushed it all back, which has made the normally flat roof lining bobble. And it's just bobbling where they've clearly put cables in. So I've asked them to get that fixed. Anyway, I think that's... I've said to them at the end of that, I think that's the full list of outstanding faults that you need to fix. But, that's not a definitive list.
Well,
but I have gone on...
And what I found was very upsetting was, from when we said we'd buy it and they took it off the market to when we collected it, there was quite a few more miles done. And I asked them, well, where's this been? Why has it been driven? And that was very sad. And also we found out after we bought it that he'd been at the NEC and he'd said that it had only been driven to take some photos of it. And it's all very, very sad, so...
The salesman...
The salesman at fault. I find that so sad. Why was it driven after we said we'd buy it? Why was it at the NEC?
Let me say this. The salesman at Travel World that sold us this van or helped us to buy it lied to us
so much
on a number of occasions.
They don't care, though, do they?
It wasn't like he just missed stuff out. When we asked the question, he told us not the truth, which is a lie. It's like, why has it got so many miles on it? We've driven it to a photographic studio because it's part of a limited edition. We needed to have some photographs. No, the reason it had so many miles, 125 miles, they'd driven it from Telford to the NEC to be a show vehicle, and we didn't realise it was a show vehicle until after we'd actually paid the deposit, a non-refundable $7,000 deposit. So we weren't likely to change our minds about it. Anyway, That's
It just made
where
it a
that's
very
where we
sour
are.
when we got it, and it's very sad.
Well, that's where we are. We're
And they
very,
don't care. They don't do anything about it. In fact, salesmen can get away with saying these things. Nothing happens to them. They're only interested in getting commission, so they get their commission, and then they get a sale for the business. It's just awful.
Yeah. Well, hopefully,
Yeah.
all of the repairs
Yeah.
that are going to be done will come out of his commission.
And I'd like them to apologise.
Well, yeah. Don't hold your
The
breath.
way we get treated is awful.
Don't
there.
hold
It's
your
like
breath.
we're
They
just
ain't
a bloody
apologising
nuisance.
for
No, they ain't
anything.
doing nothing. No.
They're not apologising about anything. Don't hold your breath
It
on
should
that
have been
one.
the happiest day when we got this. It was happy, but it wasn't the happiest day.
Well, we're both very happy with Jasmine Meyer.
Yes, we are.
We love living in it
Yes,
and
definitely.
enjoy our times travelling around. It's beautiful, and she will be
Yes.
even more beautiful when we get her back.
Look
next
out for
week.
champagne and balloons.
Champagne and balloons.
Yeah, definitely.
You can have the champagne.
Good.
I'll have the balloons. I said that round the wrong way.
You did, didn't you? Oh, just be glad. You'll just be glad when it's all over and done with. Yeah, and we
Still
finally
got a bad
feel
cough.
you have, and we'll feel that she's ours, and there's. That's it.
I don't know how I've managed to speak for 25 minutes.
No, I
but
don't
there
know,
you are.
darling. Yes.
That's it. That's it for today. We will be back tomorrow with another riveting episode.
So, yeah, we will.
Well, actually, I might have split this into 2 videos.
Because it might.
So yeah,
Because you might. We might have done, mightn't we? Yes.
I probably will split this into 2
Yeah.
15-minute videos. We know when we've gone on too long because the current camera, Mr. Lumix G7, switches off at 21 minutes. It just stops.
And Pippin goes away and lies down and goes to sleep. She's bored with
She
it.
gets
Yeah, bored.
Pippin after about 18 minutes.
Yeah,
Pippin gets bored.
with it all. Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you've managed to watch it for this long, well done.
Come and join us for champagne.
Yeah.
Yeah. You deserve it. Yeah.
If you know where we are, come on down. when we get her back. Well, we can't have parties in the loner. Maybe we can. Yeah, but come on down.
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah, anytime. Cup of tea, glass of wine. And I will say, if you're still watching Eddie and Gail,
Yes.
if you're still watching your local, thank you so much for your offer.
Thank
But
you.
please do come down, and I'll whiz you across to the local bar,
Yes.
the pub that brews their own beer, the Sandy Way Ales.
And we'll all drink some Chainbreaker.
Ooh,
Our
Chainbreaker.
favourite. Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's it for now, isn't it? Yeah.
oh dear,
We're going to say goodbye for now, everyone.
I'm all of a spin.
Chainbreaker. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye for now.
See you later.